We now have joining us the Director of Elections, Mr. Glaspole Brown. He's the man of the moment with the numbers who can help us clarify things. Mr. Brown, before we go into the numbers, I just want you to take us to the Catadupa incident. What's the situation there now? I understand the boxes were retrieved, but what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, good afternoon. What happened yesterday that in transporting a ballot from one polling station, the supervisors were traveling convoy. There was an accident in one of the vehicles. So actually, one box was in a particular vehicle. They were transferred from that car to another car, and they were taken straight to the polling station last night.
I see. So there were no major injuries or anything of that sort?
Well, minor injury, as based on the report I got. I'm about to contact the person who was driving the supervisor yesterday to get a feel from her. So, what was conveyed to me last night into this morning that there were minor injuries.
Understood. And let's go to the EOJ's counting process now. Where is the EOJ with the vote count, and can you outline how each parish is trending?
Nothing has changed since last night. We started our final count across the island. There are 63 counting centers that is going on across the island. We will be counting as we go along for the rest of the day, into most likely into tomorrow. And then after that exercise is completed, we'll issue our final count.
So while you're on that, can you speak specifically to what's happening in St. Thomas?
Like every other counting center, it continues there. So as I said earlier on, we started doing that. We're going to go division by division. So there are no counting in St. Thomas that have started. Remember, St. Thomas, there are two counting centers in St. Thomas, one in Yellowstone, one in Moran Bay.
Yes, but where does it stand in terms of results?
The results remain as is in terms of what you're in this morning, where our data last night, and it's a preliminary count. And the country need to understand that. Preliminary count. Last night we had 7 parish councils were trending towards the JLP and another 4 towards the PMP. 2 were tied, the Kingston and St. Andrew and Clarendon. That remains as is. As we go along during the course of the day, later today, we'll issue an update of where we are.
We understand. But of course, you know, half of the population remained uncertain this morning, and the questions keep coming in. We try to explain that, but they keep on asking, what's the latest from the EOJ? That is why you're here. So now both parties are seemingly tied in Kingston and St. Andrew and Clarendon, based on your preliminary results, of course. So if that holds, what happens?
If that holds after the final count, the person who take control of the parish council or municipality would be the party that has the majority of public support in terms of number of votes.
So what do you make of the victory celebrations then from both parties? Regarding the PNP's celebration, would you classify that as premature, or the JLP's calculation of 7-4? What do you make of these outcomes from both sides?
From our end at EOJ, I would not necessarily want to comment about a party celebration. It's for them to determine how they celebrate the results of an election. But what our focus now is to complete the final count, and that's what we are doing.
How would you rate yesterday's election?
I think we did fairly well. The team worked hard. So the day's activity was quite, based on what my assessment so far, went fairly smooth. This morning I saw the report from CAFE, which indicated that it was a free and fair election, and that's a good stamp of approval for us. So we're going to do our assessment of what took place yesterday, but on the surface of it, I think everything went fairly well.
How soon can we expect your report on this election?
Our report will take some time, but we will issue a preliminary report certainly as we finish the final count.
All right. Thank you so much, Director of Elections, Mr. Glaspole Brown.